Close a look at Texas A&M, the team Michigan will face in the Sweet 16 on Thursday in Los Angeles. Video by Ryan Ford, Detroit Free Press. Watch it. John Beilein has the Wolverines in the Sweet 16 for the second straight season. Photo. Junfu Han, Detroit Free Press. Charles Matthews sat in his locker laughing and shaking his head. Xavier Simpson didn't want to hear it. Michigan had just advanced to another Sweet 16 on the back of a stunner at the buzzer from Jordan Poole. But before the final second, the game was far from pretty. For the second straight outing, Michigan won a grinder in the 60-point range. The Wolverines shot 35.6% from the floor and missed 22 three-pointers. A reporter brought up those numbers and asked them how they still pulled this off. More. Michigan vs. Texas A&M. Scouting report. Pick. We won. Man. Matthews fired back through a laugh. We don't think like that. Quote. Simpson chimed in next. We worry about that other stuff later. He added. It's just straight positive vibes. Quote. This is John Beilein basketball. This is Michigan basketball. And this is why the Wolverines are one of just 7 programs in America to advance to the Sweet 16. 4 times in the last 6 years. This team, like its coach, has shown the ability time and time again to morph and adjust and survive, regardless of the situation it finds itself in. And this Michigan team, like its coach, doesn't come apart emotionally when things get difficult. Beilein is intense on the sideline during games to be sure, but he never panics. If something bad happens, he's immediately on to the next move. Take Saturday for instance. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman misses a turnaround down 1 with 24 seconds left before Matthews commits a foul after a missed tip-in. More. Michigan is highest remaining seed on left side of NCAA bracket. Rather than berate an official or throw an exasperated tantrum, Beilein turns to first-year assistant DeAndre Haynes with a simple request. What's our best play? He asks. I need it right now. Quote. John Beilein watches during the first half against Montana in the first round Thursday. Photo. Junfu Han, Detroit Free Press. They eventually got to their best play Saturday night. It worked. And it came from a place of positive calm. Beilein is the coach who, when on the road, tells his players to make sure the curtains inside their hotel room stay open during the day, because he believes in the positive impact of sunlight. He's demanding, yes, to, at times, an absurd level when it comes to the smallest of details. That winning play Saturday night, Beilein has changed the name of it multiple times just in case someone might hear it and swipe it at the wrong moment. He also spent time after the game making sure reporters knew he has at least a handful of spin-offs to that exact look. More. Michigan's Jordan Poole made for March. All its madness. But his players always seem to follow his lead. When the Wolverines were struggling during the first 4 minutes against Montana on Thursday, Beilein told himself to remain more calm than normal on the sideline during the first media timeout because he knew his team needed to see that from the coaching staff. He recruits players who fit his style and, over time, adapt and embrace his personality and philosophy, regardless of their role. Left to right. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, Xavier Simpson and Charles Matthews celebrated play during the first half against Houston on Saturday. Photo. Junfu Han, Detroit Free Press. Take I.B.I. Watson for example. A sophomore from Pickerington, Ohio. Watson is on the back end of Michigan's rotation but was told to check in with the season on the line Saturday night for the final play. He didn't freak out because he knew his head coach trusted him. He didn't panic because he knew his assignment. Fortune does, in fact, favor the prepared mind. I was pretty surprised he put me in, but I was ready, Watson said after the game. I wasn't nervous because I feel comfortable and I knew what we were doing. Quote, Players make plays and players ultimately win games. But has a great basketball program right now because its head coach is one of the best in America. Beilein doesn't have a national title and he's only been to one Final Four. But he's won more than 700 games. He's taken 4 programs to the NCAA tournament. He's been to the Sweet 16 6 times and the Elite 8 3 times. Will that be Hall of Fame worthy someday? That's for the voters to decide. But now, you're not going to find another coach who just finds a way, regardless of recruiting stars or NBA attrition, better than the guy who entered his locker room in a poncho and swimming goggles Saturday night in Wichita. John Beilein knows how to party. Pic. Twitter.com. LD3NXTHMKS CBS Sports. At CBS Sports. March 18, 2018. That's about as good of a coached team as I've seen in a long time. Montana coach Travis DeQuire said Thursday night. They do not beat themselves. Quote, when Beilein got to Michigan in 2007, it had a decade-long NCAA tournament drought. The year his program really started to turn forward was in the second half of his 4th season. In 2010-11, from the following season, 2011-12, to today, Michigan has won 70% of its games, averaging 25 wins per season. In those 7 years, this program has 4 Sweet 16s, 2 Elite 8s, 1 Final Four, 1 National Final appearance, 2 Big Ten regular season titles, 2 Big Ten tournament titles and 7 NBA draft picks. They've won with beautiful offense and lockdown defense. They've won pretty. They've won ugly, blown people out, dropped teams at the buzzer, won games at the foul line, behind the three-point line and just about everywhere in between. And this season, with a rotation made of 2 seniors, 1 a 2-star recruit, the other a Division III transfer, a junior from Germany, 2 freshmen, 3 sophomores and a graduate transfer from the MAC. Michigan is 2 wins shy of a school record for most in a season. This team has shown us what was obvious all along. John Beilein's really good at his job. Contact Nick Baumgardner, nbaumgarden@freepress.com. Follow him on Twitter at Nick Baumgardner. Download our Wolverines Extra app for free on Apple and Android devices.